Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Today I Want to Be Career Exploration Interview. I'm so excited about our professional that we are going to be interviewing today. His name is Larry Gilmore, and he is a business owner. So now, if this is your first time ever tuning in to one of our shows, make sure you go ahead and share this video now so that more people will know about Today I Want to Be, as well as Larry, and as well as our young ladies that's here that's going to be co-hosting and asking Larry questions. So now this is actually an interactive interview. So if you are sitting at home, hey little man, so you say I want to be a part of this too. So if you are interested in asking Larry questions, we really encourage middle schoolers through college students to help them explore different career fields. So that's why if you have a middle schooler through college student in your household right now, and they are interested in asking Larry questions, make sure you go to the comment field and you can post those questions in comments. Now, if you're watching from any other page other than Martinique Y. Brown or Today I Want to Be, I need you to come on over to one of those two pages, because that is actually the only way that I'm able to see your questions in comments. So also, one thing that I forgot, really important. If you're interested in getting in contact with Larry, make sure you go to that description box, because all of his contact information is listed there. If you want to follow Today I Want to Be and never miss an interview or never miss our product sales, make sure you follow us on social media. Now, my links are all the way at the bottom, but make sure you follow us on social media so you can always stay in the loop of our interviews. Another thing is we're always looking for professionals, because this is annual. So we're always looking for professionals to feature, because Today I Want to Be focuses on all ethnicities and helping kids and youth of all ethnicities just explore different career fields, because we represent different careers and help them to believe that they can be anything that they want to be, especially by seeing somebody that looks just like them doing what they love. So make sure that you tell your friends and families about Today I Want to Be. So right now, what we need you to do is give us a virtual shout out. We will not bite you. I'm telling you, we won't. I promise that we won't. But make sure you give us a virtual shout out. Let us know that you are in the house, and we will give you a virtual shout out as well. So Tracy and Portia, I know people know you guys already. And Larry, you are new to the group. So Larry, if you could just tell us a little bit more about yourself and what type of business you own.
Well, I'm Larry Gilmore, D. Gilmore. I'm a senior. I'm originally from Hazelhurst, Mississippi. I live in Jacksonville, Florida. And what I do transportation service. My business is luxury transportation. So I provide transportation service for all. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'd say excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
You are welcome. So don't tell us too much about it, because that's what our questions.
Right. I get you.
That's what our questions are for. So now, Tracy, can you tell the viewers what grade you're in, as well as what you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I'm an 11th grader over at Kiki High School, and I'm interested in becoming an artist. I would like to try to become a freelancer and to try to make my own business.
That's good. So now Tracy, I know that your artwork is, I want to say, in one of your museums. What state do you live in?
Illinois.
Illinois is in the house. So now your artwork is in a museum or somewhere.
I currently don't have any artwork displayed anywhere in a museum, but in the past I've had some artwork displayed over at KCC, Kinky Community College.
That's good. So now, as you can tell, Tracy is not the one to be bragging to herself, but I'm going to brag on Tracy every time she is on this episode or a part of these interviews. But that is really good, Tracy. So let me ask you something, Tracy. Why do you even feel the need to interview someone? Well, do you want to own your own business eventually?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so X-nay that question for you then. So now what about you, Portia? Can you just tell us how old you are, what grade you're in, and what you want to be when you grow up.
Hi, my name is Portia. I am 17 and I'm a senior at Leon High School, and I want to be an accountant or
Okay.
doing the financial field, and I'm an entrepreneur right now, and I want to have another business in the future.
So now you said that you're an entrepreneur right now. What's your business? Can you be my accountant? Because tax season is coming.
Currently I am the owner of Philly Tees. That is
Oh,
a
nice.
business that sells senior shirts to local and out of state seniors.
That's so good. So now it's only, are you ever going to branch out and like sell the juniors? Because they might like your shirts too. Or do they have to wait until they are senior before they can purchase your shirt?
That might be something to look into in the future. I'm always open to new ideas and expanding.
Yeah, yeah. You should make a shirt that says like almost a senior or something like that. And you could just give me half of the money, when that does well. Um, but Larry, so
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and ask the first question. So I know that what, I don't even want to start. We're going to let Tracy start. Tracy, go ahead with your first question.
So what skills do you think are important to have as a business owner?
First, your number one skill is communication. If you don't have communication, you can't be no business owner. That starts to open up interaction. Time management is very important, and focusing on your clients and your customers and what you do. It is key to have that skill. You have to know your clientele because you're going to have different clientels. You got to know how they move, shake, and move in any aspect that they do. Every client getting in your car is going to be different.
So now with your business, Larry, I know that you said that you live in the Jacksonville area. How far out would you actually provide transportation to somebody?
There's no limit. I travel from state to state. I travel all over, so I don't limit myself just to Jacksonville. I travel all over Atlanta, Miami. I got a trip to go to Milwaukee. So wherever they want luxury transportation, I roll.
So now, can you just share with us how long have you been the owner, and well, first tell us how long you've been an owner.
I'm coming up on my 10th year now.
Okay. Okay. So now how many fleet of cars do you currently have?
Right now, I got 4 Cadillac Escalades and 2 limousines right now. And I deal with affiliates at that point in time, which means we can go bigger if we needed to.
Oh, okay. Okay. So now if you had a larger party that needed a bigger, let's say, a van or something like that,
Hmm.
then you would just contact one of your affiliates and then just rent their van.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Okay. So now with that, you mentioned that you travel nationwide.
Yes.
Why would somebody even need to contact you if they have other transportation services in other states?
Well, you just said the key word is services. Word of mouth services is key to the importance of anything that you do. Service. People bring me in because of service. I give them 5-star service from start to finish.
Oh, that's good.
Excellence. It's on my name, and if I can't do it, the right way, I don't do it at all.
Definitely. So now I do want to give a shout out to Tanisha Collins. She is tuning in. Thank you, Tanisha. She said, accountants in the house. She is with you, Portia. Also, we have Pamela Nicole, who is tuning in as well. Thank you, Pamela, and Tanisha, who's tuning in. Also, we have Fatima. Guys, can you make sure you go ahead and share this video now? I see we have quite a few people that is tuning in. I'm telling you, y'all, we won't bite you. It's okay to give us a hello. So now, Portia, go ahead with your next question.
My question is, what are some issues that you face with owning your business?
Well, issues is always going to be, you face issues with sometimes employees. Sometimes, like due to COVID, is a big issue right now with your business. You got to keep those cars mechanically, operating and moving. So when you face all type of issues, you might have an event or something going on, and it might be a accident over the bridge. So you have to be proactive in anything that you do. But things come up because I might go up to the car and it might don't crank up the next morning. So you got to be ready to move and shake and move. So
Yeah.
we do have issues. It do, but you got to know how to navigate yourself around. You plan accordingly. That's why I be there an hour, 2 hour early, just in case something happened. Because I might come up and have a flat, but I got them 2 hours to spare to get that type of thing taken care of.
That's good. That's good. So now I'm glad that you mentioned like really just planning ahead and things like that. I know a lot of people that are business owners had to maybe change how they do business due to
Mhm.
COVID. How did COVID affect your business?
COVID affected me 100% due to the transportation service. It shut down airport, all party events, concerts, everything dealing with transportation shut down. There was no weddings. There was nothing going on. The whole thing was shut down. But you know what I had to do in being a champion? Sometimes you got to be a thinker. In the midst of those cars sitting those particular months, sometimes you have to go backwards to go forward. Sometimes you figure out what's next and what works for you. Because the Escalades don't move from time to time, the limousines are flying off the roof. Because I hate to say it in this aspect, but they're still having funerals.
Hmm.
Not even just due to COVID, but people are dying, and
Yeah.
so it's working.
Hmm. So were you worried though? Like, can you just speak to all of us about how to um, just keep a level head as a business owner with that type of rapid change like that?
I think every business owner, any corporation, everybody was worried due to COVID. I know I was, but you know what I did? I manage right. When you manage right, you have enough time to do what need to be done. Luxury transportation is different from Larry. So I
Mhm.
make sure that I manage right. And, it'll give you extra months to be able to be prepared for things that's going on and managing, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So now, Tracy, what's your next question?
So my dad, he owns a barber shop, and he was thinking about putting some of my artwork up for sale in the barber shop. So do you think it'd be a good idea for both businesses to do something like that?
I said, for one, is the barber shop very lucrative for your father? Is it a lot of foot traffic come through?
Yeah. Hmm.
You say a lot of foot traffic come through?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it would be a great idea to put it next to foot traffic is very important because if they go into your father's barber shop, they're going to come next to you. I
Hmm.
think that's a thumbs up for me on that one.
Yeah, and I don't, and um, you might want to still ask your parents about this, Tracy. But even if you could maybe put like your parents or something like that said, ask the barber what's your dad's name?
Tracy.
His name is Tracy too.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Me
my
Yeah.
too, Tracy.
goodness.
Mhm.
Tracy,
I love
Tracy.
it. So you could say, like maybe put like an index card just in the corner, and you can make it a smaller one. And it says something like, for purchase, talk to Tracy. You know what I'm saying? So they know that this is for sale, and they know who to go to purchase
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now you could be telling your dad, okay, dad, this is for such and such. Don't lowball me, daddy. Um, but make you always want to put out there a way for that person, a potential customer, to contact you. Never keep them guessing. So now what's your next question, Portia? Well, let me ask you this, Tracy. How do you feel about that? Like, why was that even a question about if you should do it or not?
Well, a lot of the people over at the barber shop, customers, they're friends of my dad. My dad, he doesn't really advertise himself.
Mhm.
Mm,
So a lot of his customers, they'll try to get like bargains, or they'll try to get like sales. They're really cheap and they don't want to pay full price for something. So I don't want to cheat
mm,
myself and
absolutely.
advertise my place somewhere where they're not going to pay full price. They're going to try to be cheap and not want to support me or anything like that fully. So.
That's good. Go ahead. That's really good, Tracy.
Tracy,
That's good that you're thinking about that. But go ahead, Larry.
Tracy, that was amazing what you just said, and me piggybacking off of you. That's leading to our next segment on that one. If you'll know if it's right or not. If you can't do with the nickel and dime if you're trying to be an entrepreneur. And also look around other buildings also too. It might be some more buildings with extra, you know what I'm saying? So just don't limit yourself there. It's okay to go outside and look. It might be a new area that's coming up, might be very popular. You want to go where the foot traffic at. Presentation might be better because presentation is everything.
Mm-hmm. And I think that that's really good. Before we get to your question, Portia, Larry, talk to us about setting your price and not selling yourself short on your prices because everybody is not in your target area.
Well, when I first started, I wanted to build a name and build a brand and get myself going so that I was able to discount at that point in time. Wasn't making no money, but it was called, building myself up. But now I'm at this point now, I provide 5-star service and clientele I deal with. Everybody get in my car, whether you 8 or 80, I give you the same service. I don't sell myself short. Now we go over on some time. Let me be the determining factor on that. But my prices are firm and I stand firm with my prices because I know the type of service that you get. You're going to get clean vehicles. You're going to get the sharpest drivers. We are knowledgeable about what go on. We beyond drivers. We beyond just doing driving. I might have a client come in the city. They might want to know the finest restaurant in the city. I need to be knowledgeable of that and take them to that. And I have connections with them to let them know that they are here.
That's good.
Yes.
Good. So now, if you're just now tuning in, you are watching Today I Want to Be, our career exploration interview, and we are talking to Larry. And Larry, just for the plug, what's the name of your company?
My company is Luxury Transportation.
Luxury Transportation. Now, if you're interested in having Larry as, accommodate you on where you're going, you're not just limited to Jacksonville. I know that this show airs nationwide. So Larry's contact information is listed in the description box. So we have our co-host Tracy as well as Portia, and they are asking Larry questions about being a business owner. So now, just because you're not on this show does not mean you cannot participate. Go ahead and type your question and your comment in the comment field. If you're watching from any other page other than Martinique Y Brown or Today I Want to Be Facebook page or Today I Want to Be YouTube channel, go ahead and post your questions and comments in there, and I will relay those to Larry. So Portia, what's your next question?
How did you secure the funds when you first started your business?
Well, Tracy, it was first it was hard starting off securing the funds. For one, I come out of corporate America to start with. You have to put a business plan together. Every bank is not going to receive that. But you got to have a plan, putting your plan together. And once you got a good plan, it works. But sometimes you got to crawl before you walk. I started securing the funds with my own personal funds to begin with.
So, okay, now if I'm getting too much in your personal business, just let me know. Just say Martinique, that's a bit much. But how much did you secure first before you quit your corporate job to go ahead and start Luxury Transportation?
Well, corporate was the reason why corporate helps to fund that project for is my business. So, worked for Anheuser-Busch over 20 some years. So I was in corporate America and I just was saving money to, I knew I was wanting to be an entrepreneur. And so I was just saving that money. But I put a lot of my funds into it to get it going, to see, if I fail on me to begin with. You got me? And so because a bank, some new transportation, everybody got transportation, they're going to try to feel and filter you through. But once you get going, they like to see deposits. Once they see deposit movement, professional website, all advertisement, they like to see things to make it happen. And for one, the number one is seeing funds in their account. That's the number one. That give you room to go to say, hey, I'm here with you. The money is here. You got me?
Okay, what did you mean by that part? The money is here. Are you talking about somebody else helped you? What are you talking about with that part?
Well, with my money, I started the business with my money to secure the funds
Okay.
to do, and then as I was doing jobs, I opened up a business account.
Okay.
The money I made, I put all back into the business account. So when I stepped to them for the business aspect, it was a no-brainer from that point on. With
So
the
you're
plan.
talking about the banks.
Yes.
Okay, so you got a loan to help support your business as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Got you. Okay. All right. So I know many of times, when we have these great ideas as entrepreneurs, we like, oh, this is good. I'm about to quit my job. Do you have some type of gauge that we can go by? Do you feel like, well, maybe if we're making 80% of what we used to make with our other job, then it's okay to quit? Or if you don't feel comfortable like answering that question, it's fine, because some people be like, well, Larry told me I can quit at 60%.
Well, here's the thing is, it was, the more money you make, it never was about money.
Okay.
A six-figure salary means nothing when you're not happy, when you're an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
I knew as I climbed the ladder in corporate America, I knew that my time would be short there. So it wasn't about the money. It's about your passion and what you do. I knew when the time to get out, and it's all in your spirit. You'll feel when that time is to move. I got no disrespect to corporate America, but I got tired of making people millions. If I can give them 110%, I can give myself the same thing to do.
That's good. So now, Portia, let me ask you something. Why do you enjoy making shirts? Do you feel that it was a need out there, or did you see that, these shirts they are making for us look whack, and I'm just gonna make our own shirts? Or do you truly just enjoy like making shirts?
I first started the business because COVID, and it's my senior year, and all the rest of the seniors, we kind of got, in a sense, robbed of the normal senior experience. So I just wanted to give back in a way that I felt I could help by giving seniors some t-shirts, to create a sense of kind of normalcy.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
good.
Yeah.
It's good.
and I do enjoy running my own business and helping people and making people happy.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's good. So now, one thing, Portia, you might want to do the next time that you on the show, wear one of your shirts and then we can see it. And we be like, ooh,
Okay.
connect with Portia or connect with her mom at blah, blah, blah. So now go ahead with your next question, Tracy.
So in regards to marketing, how do you balance exposure and a reasonable amount of business that you can handle?
Well, in marketing, in all aspects, of course, marketing is free. You really have to market yourself. I mean, social media is the biggest platform of marketing, and that is free. When I market, I use all that platform, and it's called time management. So I manage my time in the marketing. If I do a job on my social media, when I get done that night, I post those pictures so I don't have to deal with that stuff the next day. And if it get too overwhelming of business, I have affiliates that I can call in and pass it on to the next person.
That's good. That's good. So now, how do you not look at yourself as, okay, well, Larry, you just doing too much, or I'm just posting too many pictures about my business? Like, how do you mentally get over that and say, you know what, I'm going to promote my business, and I'm going to tell people about the service that I provide? Help us to be comfortable with letting people know about our services.
Well, you can't post too much, you can't post too less, but have a time frame that you post. Like on Mondays, it's kind of slow time for me. That's the time that I post a video or something from time to time, and I just see and look on social media and see what I'm going to do next, because I don't post every week. I don't post every month. I just look and see what's going on. If an event is something that's going on, then I'll post. Like Valentine is coming up, I'll do a Valentine post. So it's all about you can post too much and people can get bored. I just let it, filter through and feel it. But Monday is kind of like my day that I kind of look on social media and see what's going on. And I keep up with the holidays that's going on. Valentine is here. So that's one of the biggest aspects of going on. When the prom comes up, if the prom happened, I throw the prom out there. It's going to be graduation parties, weddings. So I just kind of feel that season. I'm in the seasons.
Okay. And I know that one of the programs that I found out that works really well for scheduling your social media posts is called Socio Pilot, SOCIOPILOT. And that is really good for just scheduling all of your posts and like scheduling however long in advance you want to, and then it just automatically just go and post. So I had to get used to that because it really does take a long time, but at least you're done with it for the entire week. Because I post daily, pretty much. So it's done. If you can commit to like a day to you to utilize those things, and then like another platform that you may want to use, Tracy or Portia, is called Canva, and Canva is free, and you can design flyers on it and different things like that. So it's really beneficial to know the free stuff out there as
Absolutely.
well. But Portia, go ahead with your next question.
What do you enjoy most about running your own business, being an entrepreneur?
Well, Portia, that is one of probably the best questions. I just love it. Thank you for asking me that question because I love dressing up, being me, and providing service. Because when I came up, we couldn't afford limousine service. I came in to make limousine affordable and to give people 5-star service, which brought the others companies down, not to the level, but to make them let you know that it's affordable. I made transportation affordable because everybody can't afford transportation for us when it's dealing with proms and things like that. That was one of the reasons why I got into the business. And I love at the end of the night to see a client smile. And when I go home and saying I gave them 110% regardless, that's it.
That's good. So I am Dreas. Thank you so much for tuning in via YouTube. She said, good question, Portia. And then also, Lynette Jordan is tuning in to the show. And she asked a question. If you could just remind us again, Larry, how long you've been in business?
I've been in business coming up on my 10th year now.
10th year in the house.
Yes.
So now, Tracy, what's your next question?
How can I increase my market value?
How can you increase your market value? You have to do one process at a time. Do one project at a time. Stand firm on that and make sure that it's a good one. When you do it, word of mouth will continue to spread when you do one job at a time. That's what I do. I do one job at a time, and that's what people look at, that one job at a time. You can either be a hero or you could be a villain with that one job. So if you do it the right way, you take one job at a time and you do it with excellence.
And then especially with social media, how do you handle that, Larry? Because sometimes you may have that client that is like, you know what, I did not enjoy this service. And then they spread it all over social media. How do you handle those type of things?
Well, to be honest, things happen out there. I have never had a bad review, but I have had constructive criticism.
Okay.
What you do, that makes you get better. So like me, if something they didn't like, I got the opportunity to either redo over, extend the hour, or can refund the money back, whatever works for them. It's all about your client being happy. That's it. Yes.
That's good. So now, Tracy, with him saying that it's about your client being happy, as an artist, how do you not focus so much on what a person will think about your artwork and focus on mainly what you want to create as an artist?
Well, I know that if someone comes up to me and asks me to do a piece of artwork for them, I know that they've already seen my other work.
Okay.
because most of the people, who come up to me, they've seen my work. So I feel very confident in what I put out to them, because they're coming to me for my artistic touch. They
Mhm.
want me to use my creativity to make something that's my own for
That's
them.
good. That's
So
good. So how do you stay confident though in like just what you create though? Because with anything that you put out there, people are going to have an ability to criticize it.
mhm,
So how do you
right.
stay grounded in your artwork and true to who you are as an artist when there's so many people that could be critical of what you do?
So a lot of the times, I like to, I guess, practice my style to make sure it's consistent.
Mhm.
And sometimes, if someone does say something negative, I'll try to think on that and reflect and see how I can improve.
Mhm.
I've gotten some criticism in the past from my classmates, and I thought about it and I did some practice trying to refine my style,
Mhm.
make sure um, that people like it. But I also try to keep in mind that artwork is very subjective and is very abstract,
Mhm.
and not everybody is going to like your artwork. Not everybody is going to like your particular style. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. So now I know that Portia asked you, what do you enjoy about being a business owner, Larry? Can you just share with us one or two things that you don't enjoy being a business owner about?
Well, uh, when
What?
when everything when the wall come crumbling down, it's all on you. If my
Mhm.
driver go out there and make a boo boo, it's all on me in
Mhm.
any aspect that we do, because my name is out there, my face is out there.
Mhm.
In that aspect of that.
So how can you help us to remain humble and apologetic when there is a problem that may arise?
Well, at the end of the day, I learned this from corporate America. The customer is always right,
Okay.
regardless. It's always right. The customer is always right. You got to listen to that customer, right, wrong, or difference. Whatever the employee and I, we disagree in private, but the customer is always right. You got to listen to them and do what, make it right for them. You got me? Whether they right or wrong, they always right.
Well, let's put this into a practical
Okay.
situation.
Yes.
So if Portia is making her shirt, and
Yes.
Portia, you could tell us if this has ever happened to you before, and they like, Portia, I do not like this, and you saying that the customer is always right. How would a person like Portia, like, how should you navigate that?
Well, Portia, that's a good question. So, if Portia know that her brand is where it need to be, and she knows she's right, but we still got to make it right for them. Because I know out there, I provide great transportation sometimes, and some people you're gonna always have that one. This was wrong. This was wrong. You always have complainers, but you just make it right for them. So, in Portia's instance, if the shirt is not right, Portia got the opportunity to either do the do over on the shirt or refund them their money back with a smile on your face, and then you have to go on to what's next. You got
Mhm.
me? So for that one bad customer, you got 10 more that appreciate what you do out there. You got me?
That's good. And I really like the fact that you said continue to go on, because I think so many times, like when we hear negative things
Uh-huh.
about our brand or our product or our service, we can really just like harp on that.
Yes.
When 20 people have said, man, I just love your artwork, Tracy. I love this shirt, Portia. But we always just remember that one bad
Oh,
instance.
wow. Yes.
How do you mentally get yourself prepared to just, you know what? My bad. I'm just going to keep moving on. How do you
That, that
mentally do that?
I take it and strive. I come home. Um, I dwell on it. I look at the parameter about it and see what I can do to make it better.
Mhm.
I don't stay down too much. Things go in and come out because I can't let that cancer stay in my body.
Yeah.
Because if I get that one negative comment, that means everything else is going to be negative from that point on.
That's
What
good.
I had for that particular day, I don't carry it into the next day.
Mm-hmm.
If I got defeated that next day, I got to be victorious the next day. So what I do, I take that energy. If it's negative, I take that negative energy and I turn it into the positive the next day.
Yeah, yeah. So now tell us, Portia, I know that that was like just an off the wall situation, but had that ever happened to you where somebody was just like, Portia, I don't like this shirt, or why'd you make it like this? How did you handle that?
Oh, that's never happened because the way orders come through, they see them. So they see them on my business page first before they go order them.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you see the product and you see the finished product before you go and order it. So
Now,
no,
how that's really good. How do you handle suggestions though? Because you know it's so crazy because everybody that does not design a shirt has input of how you should design your next shirt.
Absolutely.
How do you handle those suggestions?
I handle those suggestions as if somebody comes and say that they wish I had this sir. I say that's a idea, and actually I've actually made 2 more shirts based off of suggestions because I got suggestions so much.
Mm-hmm.
And those shirts so that was a really good suggestion.
That's good. That's good. And that is so true. One of these business owners that I'm following on social media, she always stresses give your customer what they want. Absolutely. You know, so many times as entrepreneurs and creative people, we like, oh, these people are gonna like this, and then it don't even sell.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's why we really have to keep our ear to our customers, you know, especially our target customers as well. So now what's your next question, Tracy?
I think you've already answered this question, but maybe you could say it in a different way. If you see that your business is growing at a rate that you can't handle, how do you manage that situation?
I have affiliates that's out there, and I can bring them in and network under my name, but I can send it over to them. I have great partnership beyond the city of Jacksonville. I'm in the limousine affiliate association, and if somebody's going to Miami, they can call me. They can shoot something out about Miami. We have affiliates in Miami, Dallas, Atlanta, all over. We in a whole big limousine club.
That's good.
Yes.
So I think that that's really great that you mentioned an association. Talk to Tracy and Portia and myself about networking with individuals and not thinking of them as competitors, but as alliances in a field that we are in the same field in.
Well, words of encouragement to y'all too. You know your brand, you stand by it. And so that means you're not going to blend in. There's people out there with the same champion attitude that you guys have. You got me? So networking is good. There's no competition. You in competition with yourself. That's the way I feel. And it's good to be around other people who doing it with excellence. If they don't do it the right way, then that's not good. But it's always good to network with other companies that's doing the same thing that you're doing, because you can listen and you can also learn from them also too. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's good. So now, Portia, what's your next question?
How hands-on are you with your company?
I'm hands-on 100%. You have to be, but I'm a good delegator. I know how to take my people with the strength, weakness and the strength, and I know how to place it where it need to be. You need to be 100%. You need to know what's going on, because you are the mastermind at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you need to be hands-on. I'm 100%. Go ahead.
So with what was you about to say though? What was you about to?
Oh no, I was just saying, I'm 100% on, but I know how to delegate with my people and do what need to be done, and then you have to check up behind things, because nothing that's just checked up is you can't assume. You have to check up. If I sit home and just delegate, that's not being a good leader in what I do. So I follow up. I have amazing employees. I tell them, come to work, do your job, and go home. They know how we operate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So now with delegation though, how do you handle when somebody is not doing the job the way in excellence and you do not just say, well, I'll just do it myself? Because if you do that, then you'll have to take on a lot of the responsibilities again.
Well, what I do, everybody's not cut out for this business. Just because you got the bubbly attitude, just because you got this, you have to be a thinker in this business. Thinking is a lot in this business, and I just don't assume. I want the best of the best. If you're open to be trained, I can train you to be good. Because I got some amazing people that's out there that listen and they help me back and forth. We do it together. When I come in, I'm just the driver. I never say I'm the boss. I like being the driver. It keeps me humble. You got me? And I can take you, if you listen, I'll give you the format, the rules, and how we operate. But you have to take it among yourself. You might do it different than the way I do it, but you're still doing it the right way.
Yeah, yeah. So now, Larry, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self, I would tell my younger self is, wow, I wish I wouldn't have spent all that money I was spending back then when I was young.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I would tell my younger self, I think, my younger self, wow, the younger Larry, oh, wow. Let me go into that younger guy. He was, wow, party type guy. So that was me. But if I would told my younger self, I would have been a little more better with my finances and younger, saying, and I'll tell anybody, just because you get a credit card don't mean you have to max it out. Be smarter with your finances. Be smarter with how you do your networking and the type of people you hang around. That would be me. A lot of things came from lesson learned and experiences.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So now, Portia, what's your next question?
What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs such as myself and Tracy?
I tell you what, follow your dream. This is your dream. God laid that upon your heart. Be careful who you share it with, because there are dream killers out there that can distract you. I'm not saying, and I don't dictate people, friends and friendship. Hang around people who want something, who encourage you and speak into your life. People who take from your life, it's not going to work. It sucks the life out of you. You, the thinker, you need to be thinking. You need to stay focused on the thing that need to be done. If it's negative, stay away from negative vibes, positive vibes only.
That's good. That's good. So now with that, I know many times we have friends that, we love them dearly and things like that, but they're always so critical about the things that we do. How do you navigate that type of relationship? Do you say, distance yourself from that person maybe a little bit, or don't tell them about your idea, or just say, you know what, look, this is my plan, this is what I'm doing? Or do you try to help them to change, to help them to be a little bit more positive?
Well, because there's so much energy, the way I move now, I move in silent. You will never know my left hand from my right. I keep it quiet. My friends, you got to know where to put friends and associates in certain aspects of it. Your friends are your friends. Your associates are your associates. My friends they don't bother me because they know what I do. We don't have time on our hands. The people who I hang around, we always trying to shake and move. Associates got too much time. That sometimes you got to send that person a voicemail when you know what's going to come through. At this point, you have to stay focused. You have to have a champion heart and a champion spirit. You and be your biggest supporter. Encourage yourself.
That's good. Yeah. How do you encourage yourself?
I'm my biggest cheerleader. I get up at 4:30 every morning, whatever comes on. 4:30 every morning. I be up. I listen to motivation from TD Jakes, to Steve Harvey, just to everybody. And I keep my mind cleansed and clear. That's the time in the house that is real quiet. And I can be like, what's next? Let's get ready. Let's take it to the max. I sit up. I idol myself like a Michael Jordan, like a Tom Brady. a Kobe Bryant. You know, I itemize myself in that aspects of that. You got to have that champion spirit.
Hmm. That's good. So now let me ask you something, Tracy. How do you motivate yourself? And that's going to be a question for you as well, Portia.
So I just try to find what makes me happy. Sometimes I get demotivated, and sometimes I get really upset about something, or sometimes I get depressed. And when I get that way, I try to think about um, what makes me happy, what I enjoy with my artwork and with everything that I'm doing. I
Mhm.
just try to stay positive and just try to not think about what is driving me to feel negative.
That's good. That's good. So now what about you, Portia? How do you motivate yourself?
I motivate myself by surrounding myself with good energy,
Mhm.
because you can't get anything done if you don't have a working sense of good energy, working energy. And I also learn to bounce, pace myself, take breaks, give
Yeah,
myself a break, don't burn myself out.
that's good.
Take some time to just chill, recuperate, then I get back to what I'm doing. So I don't feel so I don't feel overwhelmed or stressed.
That's excellent. And I think that's so critical that you brought that up, Portia, because I know that we have Larry here on the show, and just as business owners, we are like go, 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 go. But I know how you just said that you try to maintain that balance, Portia. What about you, Tracy? How do you maintain that balance? Being an artist, being in school, you are juggling multiple things. How do you balance it all and still stay sane?
So basically, I try to prioritize certain tasks. So I view my schoolwork as being most important. So I try to do my schoolwork first and get that out of the way. And then I focus on my artwork. I'll practice and draw for maybe a couple hours. And then I do housework, chores, take a break, relax. I just try to put everything in a list of
Yeah.
priority.
So now what about you, Larry? How do you balance everything? Because you have a family, you have your business, you have to stay sane as well, because especially because you have other employees under you. How many employees do you have?
I have eight right now at this point, 9 with me.
Okay.
Yes.
So just to answer your question, Lynette asked the question.
Okay, thank
You
you.
see how I just had that in, Lynette? But but Larry, can you just share with us, how do you maintain that balance as a business owner? Because on social media people will have you hustling for
Absolutely.
28 hours a day, and it's only 24 hours in a day.
Well,
So
first
how do
thing
you do it?
well, it's always God first and family second. I'm never going to neglect my family for that business.
Mhm.
That's a sacrifice I will never make, because you can't take that time back.
Mhm.
When you wake up, God will give you, He'll give you the balance. And I got an amazing partner, wife, that helps me balance that out with the kids and things, sports, and we do it together as a team. She understands, and I take time away from the job, and for the family, because that's important.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now, one thing I do want to talk to you about, Larry, that a lot of business owners do not talk about a lot, and it's about exercising, eating right, and sleeping. Why are those three things important to do as an entrepreneur?
Exercising is always good. I walk. I don't work out. I mean, like the gym atmosphere. I walk. It's good to walk. Eating good is always. Is eating healthy is good. I'm at Tropical Smoothie now eating, but I still cheat from time to time. I'm a big pizza and wing fan. So,
Uh-huh.
what was the last question you had asked
And
me?
sleeping.
Let me
I'm telling you,
tell.
we're supposed to be working for 29 hours. We have no time for sleep. But why is
Absolutely.
8 hours important?
8 hours is important. I get 10 to be exact. Let me tell
Mhm.
you, I come home and I rest. After the news, I rest. I rest my nerves. I get me 8 to 10 hours
That's
of
good.
sleep. Yes.
That's good. So now let me ask you, Tracy and Portia, how are you guys doing with your eating and sleeping and exercising and things like that? Because this isn't just a show, but we all business owners here. We gotta stay in shape. We gotta stay healthy so that we can continue our business. Because we don't, like you said, Portia, we don't want to burn out. But how is that looking for you, Tracy?
So I guess when it comes to sleep and eating, those are pretty easy. I've been doing pretty well with that, but when it comes to the exercise, sometimes I get really tired and I don't want to do it. I gotta force myself to do it sometimes. I got a dog, so I walk the dog sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's good. So now what about you, Portia?
I want to know how you get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I mean,
Because he don't have homework.
No, I don't have no homework.
He don't have essays due.
That's how you fit that in. But exercising, I running around, running errands. That's my exercise.
Mhm.
Eating right is kind of hard for me, but I do try and incorporate some healthy eating, whether that's eating what I'm eating in portions, not eating a whole lot at one time,
Mhm.
or just choosing a healthier option.
Yeah.
And sleep, as of right now, I don't get much of that because of homework.
Girl, that's that senior year. Ooh, I don't miss it.
I'll be lucky if I get around 5 or 6.
Oh.
I believe it. That's exactly how I was in high school. I was just staying up late. And my mom was just a mom. She was just like, "You still up?" I'm like, "Yes." Why?
What to do?
Yeah. And I know I had another young lady that always interviews our professionals. She'd be like, "Okay, well, I gotta do this essay after the show." I'm like, "Girl, I would have said, Martinique, look, I'm sorry, I cannot do your show today. I gotta do this homework." But I'm so appreciative of you and Tracy for just taking time to, I know you guys are busy. And so I hope that parents don't take that for granted because, you got homework, you got all this other stuff. Y'all might have siblings. So I definitely appreciate you guys for just taking time to interview Larry. So Larry, why did you want to be a part of Today I Want to Be Product?
Well, today, it's I have been following you since you and I connected. It's just so many things that we can do to open up to youth, to kids, to entrepreneurs, just to let them know because it's all different aspects of it. I just wanted to let them know to be encouraged to continue to follow your dream. I just wanted them to hear my side of the story and just let them know because all of us have different stories. So I just wanted to just share that experience with them. With these two young ladies on the phone. They interviewed me, but I got gravitated so much from them. So I just want to thank them in advance because I was listening too. So that's great for me to go back even on tomorrow. I'll meditate on tonight. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you in advance. Appreciate it.
Definitely. So now, Larry, how can people stay in contact with you?
They can hit me up on my website, luxury transportation jacks.com. They can look me up on social media, luxury transportation on Twitter, Facebook, IG, and Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
And all of that contact information, you guys, is listed in that description box. I'm so thankful for Larry for taking time to show us that Black men can be successful business owners and Black boys and Black girls can do it too. So I definitely thank you, Larry. I thank you, Tracy and Portia, for being on the show and really just providing us with some great questions and really just giving us just a glimpse into your life as well as entrepreneurs and helping us to have a better understanding of how you guys juggle it all and things like that. Yes. If you're interested, our next interview is going to be next Thursday, and we're going to be interviewing our Black female pilot named Tracy. If you're interested in your child or student interviewing Tracy, make sure you go to that description box and you can sign up there. Also, if you're interested in any of our products, that link is in the description box. I am currently looking for professionals for 2022. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Martinique, it's only February 2021, but I'll be on the move. We got to get started for 2022. So I'm looking for Black men, Black women, and Hispanic women for 2022. Now, only criteria, you have to love what you do. Absolutely. If you don't love what you do, please do not fill out that application. But also make sure you continue to share this video so that more people will know about Portia and her shirts, Tracy and her artwork, as well as Larry and his transportation services. As I reminded you before, Larry is not just limited to Jacksonville, but he will travel nationwide to give you that excellent service as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Today I Want to Be. I'm so excited that you guys have joined us this evening. See you next week, next Thursday, when we interview our pilot Tracy at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Today I Want to Be. I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.